In recent weeks, public attention has once again turned toward Catherine, Princess of Wales, better known as Kate Middleton, as she has gradually returned to public life following a period of serious health challenges. Each appearance she has made has been closely watched, analysed, and discussed across social media, tabloids, and royal commentary platforms. For some observers, these outings are being framed not simply as a return to duty, but as a quiet statement of resilience, strength, and resolve. In more sensational corners of the media, this narrative has been extended into claims that Kate is not backing down amid an alleged royal feud, with suggestions that another senior royal has felt sidelined as a result. To understand where these claims come from, it is important to begin with the context of Kate's recent absence from public duties. Earlier reports confirmed that the Princess of Wales had been undergoing treatment for cancer, a revelation that led to widespread public sympathy and a rare moment of unity in coverage of the royal family. During this time, Kate stepped back almost entirely from public engagements, with Kensington Palace repeatedly emphasising that her priority was recovery and privacy. This period of absence, while understandable, created a vacuum in which speculation flourished. As Kate slowly began to reappear at selected engagements, the tone of public discussion shifted. Her posture, demeanour, and choice of events were dissected in detail. Commentators noted that she appeared composed, confident, and purposeful, even while keeping a reduced schedule. For many supporters, these appearances symbolised determination rather than defiance. However, some tabloid narratives framed them as something more strategic, suggesting that Kate's return was also about reasserting her position within the royal hierarchy. The idea of a royal feud is not new, and it is worth remembering that the modern British monarchy has long been the subject of such narratives. From disagreements between brothers to tensions between in-laws, the press has historically filled gaps in information with dramatic interpretations. In this case, some outlets have claimed that Kate's increasing visibility has caused discomfort for another senior royal, most commonly identified in gossip reports as Queen Camilla. These reports often suggest that Camilla has felt overshadowed or sidelined during a time when attention has overwhelmingly focused on the Princess of Wales. However, it is crucial to note that there has been no official confirmation of any feud. Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace have made no statements indicating personal conflict, resentment, or rivalry. The British royal family traditionally avoids responding to rumours unless absolutely necessary, which often leaves space for speculation to grow unchecked. In the absence of direct confirmation, much of what is being circulated relies on unnamed sources, alleged insiders, and interpretations rather than verifiable facts. Kate's public role has always been unique. As the wife of Prince William and the future Queen Consort, her position naturally carries immense symbolic weight. Over the years, she has cultivated a public image centered on stability, empathy, and dedication to causes such as early childhood development, mental health, and family well-being. This carefully maintained image has earned her consistently high approval ratings in public opinion polls, which may explain why her return to public life has attracted such intense interest. Some commentators argue that Kate's recent outings demonstrate quiet confidence rather than confrontation. From this perspective, her appearances are not about competing with anyone, but about fulfilling her role at her own pace. The phrase "not backing down," while catchy, may be more reflective of media framing than of Kate's actual intentions. Royal experts often point out that Kate is known for avoiding internal drama and focusing on long-term impact rather than short-term headlines. The suggestion that another royal feels sidelined also requires careful examination. The modern monarchy is a complex institution, with multiple senior figures carrying out overlapping responsibilities. Public attention naturally shifts depending on circumstances, health, and major events. During Kate's illness, attention focused on her absence. Upon her return, attention focused on her recovery. This does not necessarily imply that other royals have lost influence or relevance, even if media coverage temporarily centres on one individual. Queen Camilla, for instance, has continued to carry out a full schedule of engagements and responsibilities. As Queen Consort, her role is well defined and supported by King Charles. While tabloids may suggest tension or rivalry, credible royal historians often caution against interpreting media narratives as reflections of reality. The monarchy operates on long-established protocols, and public-facing roles are carefully coordinated behind the scenes. It is also important to recognize how gender expectations play into these narratives. Female royals, in particular, are often portrayed as being in competition with one another, whether it is Kate and Meghan in past years or Kate and Camilla more recently. These storylines tend to simplify complex relationships into dramatic binaries, which may attract clicks but rarely reflect the full truth. Kate's body language and fashion choices during recent appearances have also been cited as evidence by those pushing the not backing down narrative. A confident smile, a tailored outfit, or a strong posture are interpreted by some as signs of assertiveness or even defiance. In reality, such interpretations say as much about audience expectations as they do about Kate herself. After months of treatment and recovery, appearing confident may simply be a sign of regained strength rather than a calculated message. Another factor fueling speculation is the broader backdrop of ongoing challenges facing the royal family. King Charles has also faced health concerns, Prince William has taken on additional responsibilities, and the institution continues to navigate public scrutiny in a changing social landscape. In times of uncertainty, symbolic figures like Kate often become focal points for both hope and controversy. Social media has amplified these dynamics significantly. Clips of Kate's appearances are shared widely, often accompanied by captions that frame her actions in dramatic terms. Algorithms tend to reward emotionally charged interpretations, which can quickly transform neutral events into perceived power struggles. Once such narratives gain traction, they are difficult to counter, especially when official silence is interpreted as confirmation. From a factual standpoint, what can be said with confidence is that Kate Middleton is gradually resuming public duties after a serious health challenge, and she appears committed to doing so with care and intention. There is no verified evidence that her actions are driven by a desire to outmaneuver or confront another royal. Likewise, there is no official confirmation that any senior royal feels sidelined or marginalized as a result of her return. That said, the persistence of these stories reveals something important about public fascination with the monarchy. The royal family functions not only as an institution but also as a symbol onto which people project narratives of power, rivalry, resilience, and identity. Kate, in particular, has come to represent continuity and stability for many, which may explain why her presence carries such perceived weight. It is also worth noting that resilience does not necessarily equal resistance. Kate's return can be understood as a personal milestone rather than a political statement. Recovering from illness while under global scrutiny is no small feat, and her measured approach suggests a focus on long-term well-being rather than short-term dominance within royal narratives. Ultimately, the claim that Kate's outings show she is not backing down amid a royal feud should be approached with caution. While it makes for a compelling headline, it blends confirmed events with unverified interpretations. Viewers and readers alike benefit from distinguishing between what is known and what is assumed. As with many royal stories, the truth likely lies somewhere between routine duty and symbolic significance, without necessarily involving personal conflict. Until credible, on-the-record sources provide evidence of a feud, such claims remain speculative. What is clear, however, is that Kate Middleton continues to command public attention, and her presence alone is enough to shape conversations about the future of the monarchy. In the end, whether one views her recent outings as acts of quiet strength, professional responsibility, or symbolic reassurance, they underscore her central role within the royal family. Rather than backing down, she appears to be moving forward deliberately, on her own terms, in a way that reflects both personal resilience and institutional continuity. For audiences, the challenge is to remain critical of sensational narratives while appreciating the human reality behind the headlines. The monarchy thrives on symbolism, but it is also composed of individuals navigating health, duty, and public expectation. Kate's story at this moment is less about feud and more about recovery, presence, and the careful balance between private life and public responsibility.